According to a survey conducted by the American Urological Association in 2024, up to 68% of men over the age of 60 are silently experiencing reduced vitality and hormonal health. The cause is not linked to any serious illness. Instead, it comes from long-standing habits that may seem harmless. Have you ever wondered why, after turning 60, your body no longer maintains the same flexibility and refreshing spirit as before, even though you still follow familiar healthcare routines? In fact, there are things that once worked well when you were younger, but as your hormone levels change with age, those very habits may quietly harm the prostate, affect urinary function, make your sleep less restful, and leave you feeling tired for no clear reason. The good news is that everything can be adjusted if we understand ourselves better and learn to listen to our bodies in a gentle, scientific way. This video will help you recognize 7 common habits that need to be changed right away to protect male vitality and hormonal balance after the age of 60. Which country are you watching this video from? Please leave a comment below. And if you find today's content helpful, do not forget to subscribe to the channel to stay connected with us for more valuable insights. The first habit is holding back for too long, thinking it is good, but actually causing harm. There is something that many gentlemen over the age of 60 have believed for many years. That is, the longer they hold back, the healthier their body will be, and the better their hormonal function will work. Some even think that the more persistently they limit release, the more it proves they are still strong and can maintain the confidence of youth. But in reality, according to Dr. Abraham Morgentaler, a renowned hormonal health expert in the United States, holding back for too long after turning 60 is like a double-edged sword that quietly harms male vitality and age-related hormone balance. When we are in our 30s or 40s, the body easily balances between releasing and holding back, but after it treads, all organs enter a phase where adjustment becomes slower. The prostate becomes more sensitive to stagnation. Intentionally holding back for too long is no longer a sign of strength. It is similar to letting a lake go without draining, which over time causes stagnant water that affects prostate function and the entire urinary system. Some common signs when holding back for too long include a feeling of tension in the lower abdomen, discomfort in the pelvic area, restlessness that makes it hard to sleep, or even becoming more easily irritable without understanding why. This is not random or simply due to aging. It is the consequence of accumulation that does not match the body's natural mechanisms. From a biological perspective, this phenomenon is called pelvic congestion syndrome. It means blood and fluids circulate poorly in this area, leading to increased pressure on the prostate and surrounding organs. According to the National Institutes of Health, NIH, if this condition lasts for several months, it can increase the risk of chronic prostatitis. It affects the ability to excrete waste, sleep quality, and mental well-being each day. However, that does not mean releasing too often in a careless way is good. The important thing is finding a rhythm that suits your own body. For men over 60, many studies recommend maintaining a gentle frequency, about 1 to 2 times per week. This should be done with a relaxed and proactive mindset, not out of pressure or old habits. That is the way to keep the prostate healthy and the nervous system balanced. When applied regularly, many people share that they feel they sleep better, their mood becomes more stable, and even their memory clearly improves. The reason is that when the body no longer accumulates for too long, hormones become more stable. This is especially important for age-related hormones that are easily thrown off balance. Under prolonged stress, there is another aspect that few people notice. Many maintain the habit of holding back for a long time because they want to control their body or challenge themselves. But in reality, true strength at this stage is no longer about forcing or restraining. It lies in the ability to listen and respect your own natural biological rhythm. A man once told me that for many years, he lived with the mindset of having to hold back to prove himself until he encountered prostate problems. He realized he had sacrificed too much. Since adjusting his habits, he not only felt his male vitality improve, but also sensed peace in his mind. The invisible tension he once carried was no longer there. That is why adjusting your natural rhythm is a key factor in maintaining male vitality after the age of 60. It is not about doing more or less. It is about finding a frequency that suits yourself gently, moderately, and above all, with a comfortable, pressure-free mindset. In short, holding back for too long is not a sign of strength. It can silently reduce vitality, place pressure on the prostate and urinary system, and affect age-related hormones. By simply changing your rhythm gently, maintaining 1 to 2 times per week in a natural way, you can help your body become much healthier and more comfortable. This is not a big thing. It is a small habit that brings great value to living a healthy life in old age. The second habit is maintaining the same technique repeatedly for many years. There is something that many men over the age of 60 often overlook. It is the fact that repeating the same technique in self-care for many years can quietly reduce sensitivity and the ability to connect with the body. I still remember very clearly the story of Mr. Walter, 71 years old, who shared that he felt his body becoming harder to sense even though he still kept a regular routine each week. After asking in detail, he said that for over 40 years, he had only used one hand, one position, with the same level of pressure and the same unchanging rhythm. This may sound ordinary. However, according to Dr. Kevin McVary, a specialist in hormones and prostate health in the United States, maintaining one single repetitive technique for too long can cause the sensory nervous system to fall into a conditioned state. This means it only responds to that exact type of stimulation while gradually losing the ability to receive other signals. When the sensory nervous system becomes so narrowed, not only does male vitality suffer, but it also leads to age-related hormonal imbalances. This causes the body to fall into a state of long-lasting imbalance and fatigue. This condition is often accompanied by the feeling that it takes a very long time to feel comfortable again. Or worse, despite trying, there is no longer the same level of satisfaction as before. Many people mistakenly believe this is due to aging, but in fact, it is mostly because the body has become too accustomed to only one method over many years without activating any other sensory areas. It is similar to exercising every day with only one single workout. At first, the body will respond very well, but after a while, progress stops, and there is no further development. The important thing is that the body always needs variation to maintain adaptability and preserve natural vitality. The good news is that this can be gently adjusted. Instead of maintaining the same old technique, you can start with small changes such as switching hands, reducing or slightly increasing the pressure depending on how it feels. Trying sitting instead of lying down, or even standing to create freshness for the sensory nervous system. At first, these changes may feel unfamiliar. The body may not be used to it because it has followed only one way for a long time. But after just about 2 to 3 weeks, you will clearly feel the difference. Many people have shared that after applying this approach, they not only regained sensitivity, but also felt more relaxed mentally, slept more deeply, and noticed a clear improvement in natural vitality. Therefore, Male vitality after the age of 60 is not a story about old habits. It is truly a journey of actively refreshing, listening to the body, and not being afraid to change in order to keep the body awake and in harmony. Refreshing techniques does not require anything complicated. It only takes gentle persistence each day. Considering it as part of self-care, just like changing meals or workout routines to keep the body healthy. The third habit is rushing and skipping the process of sensing. There is a habit that may seem small but has a deep impact on male vitality. After the age of 60, many people do not notice it. It is the habit of doing everything as quickly as possible without taking time to fully feel and sense the process. When younger, because of private circumstances or a desire to keep things hidden, many men became accustomed to finishing as quickly and neatly as possible, often within just a few minutes. But after 60, the body no longer operates in such a fast-paced manner. According to Dr. Alan Wine, a prostate and urinary health specialist in the United States, when age-related hormones begin to change, both the nervous system and blood circulation slow down. Sensation also requires more time to develop and spread throughout the body. If you maintain the habit of rushing just to get things done, you will skip over important stages that help the body regulate hormones and keep the prostate functioning smoothly. As a result, over time, sensations become duller. The mind feels heavier, and many people mistakenly believe they have completely lost the ability to feel as they once did. I still remember a patient over 70 years old who once confided that each time he cared for himself, it felt only like fulfilling an obligation to himself, without any real connection or comfort. When I asked more details, I realized he spent less than 3 minutes each time focusing only on the final goal and not paying attention to the process. That is similar to eating a delicious meal but swallowing it too quickly without savoring each flavor. After 60, the most important thing is no longer the result. It is about enjoying a slow, relaxed process and connecting deeply with every sensation of the body. Instead of rushing, start by giving yourself an extra 5 to 10 minutes each time to listen to your body. Relax your mind. Breathe deeply and evenly. Pay attention to each movement, each breath, and let the sensation spread naturally. There is no need to focus heavily on achieving a specific result. Just by relaxing and being patient, you will realize your body still has many abilities to sense and feel that you have overlooked due to being in a hurry for so long. Some people, after applying this approach for just 2 weeks, have shared that they sleep better, feel more comfortable mentally, and experience a clear sense of lightness in their spirit. That is why slowing down is a simple but effective secret to restoring harmony for male vitality and age-related hormones. It helps the prostate and urinary system operate more smoothly each day. It is not about being fast to be strong. True strength after the age of 60 lies in knowing how to take time to care for yourself in a complete and mindful way. That is a sign of maturity and self-understanding in this stage of life. The fourth habit is forgetting the rest of the body. There is something that many gentlemen over the age of 60 do not realize. When caring for their male vitality, they often focus only on one familiar spot while unintentionally ignoring the rest of the body. This may seem harmless, but in fact, it greatly affects the ability to sense circulation and especially age-related hormones and prostate health. I once spoke with a 72-year-old man who shared that lately, his sensations had become increasingly dull, even though he still maintained his usual routine. When I asked in detail, he admitted that all along, He had only focused on a single point and had never thought about gently touching other areas of his body, such as the chest, shoulders, or lower abdomen. According to Dr. Michael Irwig, a hormonal health expert in the United States, the human body is designed with a network of sensory nerves spread throughout, not just concentrated in one fixed area. When only one position is stimulated for a long time, the other areas gradually lose flexibility. This causes the entire sensory nervous system to function less effectively, leading to hormonal imbalance and negatively affecting the prostate as well as the urinary system. To maintain male vitality after the age of 60, it is important to reawaken the full body sensing ability by gently connecting with areas that are often overlooked. You can try lightly rubbing the palms over the chest, shoulders, thighs, or lower abdomen while breathing deeply, feeling each breath blending with sensations from the skin. One area that is rich in sensory nerves, but many people do not notice, is the perineum, which is located between the reproductive organ and the anus. Simply massaging gently in this area each day also helps improve blood circulation, regulate age-related hormones, and reduce pressure on the prostate. It is through connecting with the entire body that you maintain harmony, helping the mind relax, keeping the hormonal system balanced, and sustaining long-lasting vitality. The fifth habit is not using lubrication support. There is a habit that many gentlemen over the age of 60 have maintained for many years without realizing its silent impact on male vitality and prostate health. It is the habit of not using lubrication support when caring for themselves. Many people often think that they are already used to the way they have done things since their younger days, so they do not need such support. Some even feel embarrassed when the topic is mentioned. However, according to Dr. John E. Morley, a male hormone specialist in the United States, after the age of 60, the skin in sensitive areas naturally becomes drier due to changes in age-related hormones. At the same time, the sensory nervous system also becomes more sensitive and easily damaged. When there is no lubrication layer to support, each movement creates direct friction on the skin. Over time, this causes the small nerves to be affected, leading to reduced sensitivity and an increased risk of irritation or mild inflammation that many people do not notice. Not using lubrication does not only make the body feel less comfortable, it also reduces the natural sensing ability, forcing the nervous system to work harder to compensate, which leads to hormonal imbalance and affects prostate function. This mechanism is similar to running a machine for a long time without changing the lubricating oil. The parts gradually wear down, even if the damage is not obvious at first. That is why using lubrication is not a sign of weakness. On the contrary, it shows that you understand your body and know how to care for male vitality after the age of 60. In a smart way, you can choose a water-based or silicone-based lubricant, prioritizing products that are gentle, free from alcohol or substances that easily cause irritation. Using just a small amount each time helps reduce friction, increases smoothness, makes the sensation more pleasant, and at the same time protects the nervous system and skin from silent damage. This is a small thing, but it plays an important role in maintaining long-lasting vitality, age-related hormone balance, and sustainable prostate health. The sixth habit is carrying feelings of shame and self-doubt. There is something that many men over the age of 60 keep quietly in their hearts without easily sharing it with anyone. It is the feeling of shame and self-doubt when caring for their own male vitality. I have listened to many stories from gentlemen in their 70s when they hesitantly asked whether, after all these years of life, still having the need to care for themselves might be something wrong. According to Dr. Abraham Morgenthaler, a male hormone specialist in the United States, it is precisely that sense of self-doubt that silently reduces vitality, affects age-related hormones, and causes the prostate as well as the urinary system to become less flexible over time. When the body still has needs, but the mind blocks it with negative emotions, that creates chronic stress, leading to hormonal imbalance, mental instability, and poor sleep quality. This does not only affect male vitality, but also impacts the overall health of older adults. In fact, research from the National Institute on Aging in the United States shows that men over the age of 60 who maintain self-care habits with an open and relaxed mindset tend to have better sleep quality, a more positive mood, and a more stable hormonal system compared to those who always carry feelings of embarrassment or self-blame. The important point does not lie in whether you do it or not. It lies in how you view that action. If you see it as a natural part of healthcare, just like practicing Tai Chi or checking your blood pressure, the feeling of shame will naturally disappear, making room for balance and peace. I still remember a 68-year-old man who once shared that for many years he had always kept that matter secret, thinking he was wrong, until he understood more clearly about male vitality and age-related hormones. He completely changed his mindset. He saw it as a gentle way to connect with his body, not to prove anything, but to maintain relaxation and natural balance. Therefore, if you are also holding on to feelings of embarrassment or self-doubt, I remember that the need to care for yourself is completely natural, and there is no age limit when it comes to listening to your own body. The seventh habit is ignoring support tools suitable for older age. There is something that many men over the age of 60 often overlook. It is the proactive use of support tools that match their physical condition and needs when age-related hormones have already changed. Many people continue the habit of self-care entirely by hand as they did before, thinking that is the most natural way, but they do not realize that their hands are no longer as flexible as when they were younger. Grip strength becomes weaker, and finger joints begin to ache due to arthritis or degeneration. I once met a 70-year-old man who shared that recently his sensations had not felt as clear as before, even though he still maintained a regular self-care routine. Yet, he never thought about looking for support devices because he felt embarrassed and believed it was unnecessary. According to Dr. Kevin McVeary, a prostate specialist in the United States, when age-related hormones decline, combining support devices is a smart way to maintain natural vitality without exhausting the body or straining it beyond its limits. Using suitable support tools helps reduce pressure on the hands, allows the sensory nervous system to function more easily, and especially reduces direct impact on the prostate, thereby keeping the urinary system stable. In fact, there are now many devices specifically designed for older men, such as soft medical-grade silicone sleeves, perineum massage devices with gentle vibration, or special gripping aids for those with weaker hands. Using these devices has nothing to do with being weak or strong. It is similar to wearing reading glasses when eyesight fades, or using a cane when legs are no longer steady. Choosing the right tool for your body helps the self-care process become gentler and smoother, while also contributing to hormone balance, mental relaxation, and better sleep quality. Most importantly, be sure to select products with clear origins, made from skin-safe materials, and free from components that easily cause irritation. A small change like this brings great value to maintaining male vitality after the age of 60. It makes the journey of self-care more comfortable and more effective each day. Therefore, do not hesitate. Consider using support tools as a natural part of preserving flexibility and balance in your vitality during older age. If you have listened to today's story until the end, I believe you now have a clear understanding of 7 habits that may seem harmless but quietly affect male vitality after the age of 60. From holding back for too long, repeating the same technique for many years, rushing and skipping the sensing process, to forgetting the rest of the body, not using lubrication, carrying feelings of shame, or ignoring support tools suitable for older age. All of these are small things. Yet, if left unnoticed, they will gradually cause the body to lose its natural balance. The important point is not trying to return to how things were when you were young. It is about knowing how to gently adjust so your body can adapt to its new biological rhythm, keeping age-related hormones stable and the prostate always healthy. Just one small change each day, such as spending an extra 5 minutes to fully sense, trying a new position, or learning about a suitable support device, is enough to help your body restore its natural vitality and keep your mind at peace. Male vitality after the age of 60 is a journey that requires patience, listening, and proactive self-care. It is not something far away. It is present in the small habits of everyday life. If you find today's content helpful, do not forget to subscribe to the channel to continue receiving the latest insights on nutrition, exercise, and herbal solutions for elderly healthcare. Which of the 7 habits I just shared are you currently practicing? Please leave a comment below so everyone can share and learn valuable experiences from real life together.